Welcome back to another special episode of Breakdowns with Big Body E. That's me. Alright, today we're diving into the swamps of gators, anacondas, and leg entanglements.
An entanglement?
Yes.
We got a brown versus black belt match at the ADCC Open in Dallas. Alright, I'm the brown belt here. Please like and subscribe if you like the content. Comment down below what you like, what you dislike. This time I added chapters. If you want to find, a spot you like, a technique you like, you can skip or rewind to that. But getting into it now, you're going to see me and my opponent are hand fighting. He shoots right away. I try to drop down for a guillotine, but he does a good job of keeping his head in the center. So this time I have to dig with my right hand for an underhook, and I'm going to use that to go ahead and start coming up. With my hands the way they are, the technique I was threatening was the cow catcher, but I kind of quickly realized that I'm not going to go for it, so I switch my head to the other side. I Gator Roll grip my hands underneath his chin. I use my forearm to bring his elbow up, and then I just go through for my Gator Roll. So when we look at that again, you're going to see right away I'm gripping underneath his chin, and I'm using my left forearm to bring his arm up. Okay, from here I'm going to start digging my head in. As I start burying my head in the hole, I start to tripod. Now I have a good opportunity to start going for the Schultz choke, which was made famous by Dave Schultz. All this is going to require me to do, along with my tripod, is keep my hands cable gripped underneath the chin and start dropping my right shoulder into the back of the head. Now with this setup, this really ensures my opponent has to go with my Gator Roll, or he's going to choke himself out if he bases out. So it really just forces him to roll with me rather than me forcing him to roll.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Here I'm trying to keep him on his side using my top leg to collect his top arm, but he kind of does that job for me by collecting my own leg with his top arm, so it allows me to get a figure 4 grip very easily. Now as you take a look at this grip, you're going to see my right arm goes through under the head over the top arm, grabs my left bicep, and my left hand goes to the center of his back. Now from here you're going to notice I'm going to start hipping in and start walking into the choke as I squeeze.
Anaconda squeeze!
But he's starting to free his arm, he's starting to widen out, he's starting to walk away. So what I need to do to regain that arm is go to my back. This allows me to bring my knees to my chest very easily as I go over the arm to recapture it. But as I recapture this anaconda, I try to hip in and squeeze, but I kind of realize my arms are starting to give out. And with the potential of more matches coming up, I really don't want my arms to gas out just yet in this second round match. So as my opponent starts working back up, I still have this anaconda grip locked in. I need to get rid of it right away. I try to grab the chin, but he starts grabbing my hand, and as he starts building back up his base, he traps my hand, but I go right back on the chin, and I need to start snapping him down right about now. From here, I go back to my front head series. I'm going to start getting double overhooks right here, but this is going to now quickly transition to my 3/4 Nelson. And since I'm going to the left side of him, my left forearm is going to go over his head as my right arm shoots under his arm and under his head. My right knee is going to go into the hip, and I'm going to look to tip him over, but he does a good job of keeping a good pace. Now as I start to tip him over again, you're going to see the plot thickens. Alright, he's plotting my demise right here by taking that elbow pit right behind my elbow, collecting my elbow as he comes back up to his base. So now as we come back up, you're going to see he's still trying to collect my elbow. He's trying to fight my hands off. He re-grips my elbow right there, and no matter how obvious he makes it, for some reason I don't get it. I am not seeing the plot. I'm looking straight at his back, as you see right there.
Did somebody slip up and write stupid on my forehead?
I'm not even concentrated on my poor elbow, and boom, right there, he starts to crank it. Luckily, I'm not too naive, and I just start to roll with it. I think he got his last opponent like this. But unlike his last opponent, I go ahead and just take the sweep since there's no points. It's still under 3 minutes. We're very early into this match. Alright, and he's going to start to come on top right here. From here, as he comes on top, we're going to start speeding this up a little bit as we start hand fighting. He's playing a little closed in. He's playing low, trying to protect his legs. Alright, I'm trying to get my top foot in so I can go butterfly half, so I can start attacking the legs a little bit more, trying to get him to open up. And one way I can get him to open up is I start attacking his crossface. As you see, I Gable grip over his shoulder and I attack his straight armbar, and this forces him to pull back, pulling his crossface back, and he takes pressure off me. But I don't take advantage of it. It's requiring us to now fast forward once again. As we start to fast forward, you're going to see we're just doing a little bit more hand fighting. I'm trying to get my top leg in for the butterfly half, but he's not allowing me to do it, and he gets tired of it, and now he starts to stand up. From here, as he stands up, though, it allows me to go into my reverse telehiva, sending my bottom leg through the middle, hooking his upper thigh with the top of my foot, and my bottom hand either grabbing behind the ankle or using the back of the hand in front of the ankle. But from right here, my opponent tries to flatten me out, so I just grab the leg that follows, pulling that knee to my chest. As I send my hips over, I start to begin to sit to saddle. So if we look at that again, just a little bit slower version, he's going to grab my bottom knee and start to try to flatten my hips. As he tries to flatten my hips, he tries to take a big step over, but my right leg ends up catching him. Now from here, I'm just going to go 2 hands on the leg, alright, start pulling his knee to my chest as I get my hips up and over his knee, and I start sitting back through the saddle, okay? From here, as I start sitting to my butt, I just got to bring my bottom leg out and start locking it over my top leg. Alright, now we're in saddle. I start attacking his leg. I'm grabbing at the toes first so he can't start pulling away. I grab at the heel so now I can start pulling the leg to me. You're going to see my bottom hand goes under as it hugs the heel to me. The top hand grabs the toes. Alright, and I'm hipping into the side of his leg for a nice lateral kneebar. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your gators, your anacondas, and your leg entanglements. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far, and comment down below what I could have explained better. Ask your questions, and I'll see you next time.